Welcome folks, I am Jaby Koay, joined by LEAH Cordova. We're gonna look at mid-90s, trailer number 2. This comes from Movie Clips Trailers. This is the Jonah Hill movie, if you guys don't already know, and I'm very curious about it. It's a coming-of-age tale.
Scared him like shit today, man. Looks one of me. I'm Ruben. Stevie.
How long you been friends with those guys? Couple months. They're really cool. They're so cute. They're like at the age before guys become dicks.
You think you're pretty cool.
You good?
Your ghetto ass friends. You're just a little kid.
You alright? A lot of the time, we feel that our lives are the worst, but I think if you looked at anybody else's closet, you wouldn't trade your shit for their shit. So let's go.
That's why we ride a piece of wood, what that does to somebody's spirit.
So cool.
Yo, Stevie is insane.
I think it's really raw. It reminds me of like a documentary. I don't know much about the story though, I think is my only thing, but I think it looks so well done. I just think through the trailer I wasn't sure what was all going on.
Well, this certainly was less informative than the previous trailer. I realized just now that I have the advantage of having seen like 1 or 2 other mid-90s trailers. And
yeah, I haven't seen anything, so this was my first.
Well, I mean, the short of it is that you've got this kid who is, like I said, it's a coming-of-age tale. It's this young dude who's just trying to figure out life. That's what it comes down to. Like any of us were at that age, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, where it's like you're kind of discovering adulthood for the first time. Even though 13 is not an adult, you're exploring adult themes for the first time. You're discovering your hormones and your desires and like the opposite sex. And that's like becoming more of a thing. Like the girl tells him, you're at that age before guys become dicks. And I'm like,
Hey, that's true.
gosh, like I can only imagine how like sweaty and nervous I would have been if a hot 14, 15-year-old girl was telling that to me at 12 or 13. Like, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. I remember being in 9th grade. I'm not boasting, this is like an actual thing that happened. I was in 9th grade and I got hit on by a senior who was pretty. And then she found out that I was a freshman and she's like, oh, you're too young for me. But like, I remember like I literally choked up when she hit on me because I'm like, it's the girl, she's actually talking to me, because I went to Catholic school and no one liked me in Catholic school. So like, it was a very different environment. But I know that feeling of just going through it in the house, their environment in their house reminds me of like what it was like for me and my brother growing up. Like we were very rough with each other. We're half Italian, so it was a crowded house. There was like 3 of us, me, my brother, and my sister and my parents, and it was kind of rough. You are borrowing or inheriting the energy of your parents, positive or negative, and in our case, it was a harsh mixture of both, which is obviously the case here. And you're just kind of like dealing with that, and that's how you are responding to whatever it is that upsets you. Obviously, the older brother got upset by something his younger brother did, and he was like beating him up. I didn't go that far with Greg, but it's something I instantly recognized as, oh yeah, that was the 90s for me for sure. But you were like 8 years old.
By the time it was
you were 8 or 9 when September 11th happened. So like the 90s wasn't really. It was the 2000s where you really hit your,
Yeah, started.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure you can identify with, at least somewhat, with that like household environment, because you have a brother.
Yeah. He didn't beat me up that hard, but definitely a lot of fighting.
He didn't beat me up, ellipses, that hard.
That hard.
Like you said, it's so raw.
Very simple too.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by that?
I just mean there wasn't any flashing, like it was just very like neutral colors and not very much like documentary style in how it was filmed, but just looked like it wasn't from 2018. Like
right.
It was shot in the 90s, which is great.
Yeah.
What they're going for, I think.
No, that's actually a very accurate statement, I think, because it's even in the square format. That's a ballsy move in my opinion. It's not the first time it's been done. I mean, obviously The Artist was the most recognizable one. Did you see The Artist? That was a black and white movie about the silent film era. Yeah. That was the first one I recognized as doing that. And then Grand Budapest Hotel was largely in that format. And there have been others, but this is not just that format, but it's also got a lot of that kind of VHS or Super 8 camera feel to it. It feels like you're looking at a home video of your own.
Yeah.
You know, or a friend.
Our friend, yeah.
And that's what makes it work so well, in my opinion, just from the trailer. And the music works really well. Like, his choice of music actually moves me to the point where I'm like, I could cry right now. This is just like my childhood. You know, I like the bonds, like that. Like, you know, I understand what you were saying initially. Like, I don't know the story here, but it's more just about the kind of ambiguous exploration of being at that age and like the friendships and bonds you develop.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there will be an arc by the end of the movie between the brothers.
Yeah, and I think knowing that, it's like I didn't really need to know much of the plot yet. I need, like, knowing at least what it's about and like the time frame and the characters is enough to get me interested.
I just realized we're both wearing gray. That's
Is that bad?
that's life. It's a great life. It's great. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please check out LEAH CORDOVA on the social media. Subscribe if you have not already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be honest, be verbose. I am Jaby Koay. This is
LEAH CORDOVA.
Peace out.